Ah, there we go. What would I have done without my wife? Okay, everybody. So welcome. I'm going to do this in English. As you all know, on a Monday evening, 7 o'clock, it's part of the culture of the business. We're going to start doing some basic training, for all the new associates. Next week, I'm going to talk about the role of the enroller. What should the enroller do when he signs up a new associate? What's the responsibility when you sign somebody new up? So that's going to be great. We're going to talk about that next week, because often you have an enroller that enrolls somebody, but the enroller himself doesn't really know kind of still what to do and how to coach the guy and stuff. And then, so I'm going to talk about that. That is super, super important. We're going to do that next week, Monday. Before I start, I just want to say to everybody, be safe. The country is in, we all know it's a bit chaotic out there. So please be safe, take care of yourself. And of course, I think the president's going to be speaking tonight. So, okay, but without further ado, so tonight I'm just going to go over some of the basic things about the compensation plan. I'm not really going to discuss the two legs. Okay, please speak to your enroller or your first upline leader about your A leg and your B leg to really understand the 60-40 split and all those kind of things. So what I want to say is if you had to start your own business, doesn't matter what business it is, you want to know how you're getting paid. It's super important. You want to understand how you're getting paid, because you want to tell somebody else, when somebody has signed up, you want to share that with him as well. You need to understand how you're getting paid. So first of all, I want to say to you that there's really almost no point for me going through tonight. We're going to be short and sweet. If you haven't read through, or if you're not going to go out and read the document on the compensation plan. So if you go to your library, if you go online to your website, to your site, you'll see you've got Success Tracker and you've got the Manatech Plus app, and then you've got a button there that says library. When you click on library, you're going to get to a whole bunch of super cool resources that's available to you in order for you to make it easier to build this business. And on that list, you can see a whole bunch of stuff. There's two documents. There's a small, short little compensation plan doc. Don't read that one. Read the long one. It's 36 pages, but you can go through it very, very quickly, because some of the stuff you already know. But you're not going to understand everything at first, but as the owner of your own business, you want to read through the document, because a lot of things are going to start making so much more sense when you read it. So I hope after tonight, you will all go take the document, rather print it out, actually get it and print it out and read through it, because this is your business. You need to know how you are getting paid. Okay. And they do explain all the leadership levels and all the DPV on the one side, the other side. They explain check match bonuses. Once you get to silver executive director, you literally earn money on all the leaders underneath you. It's a check match bonus. We don't discuss that in the compensation plan, because, showing the plan for somebody is really to get somebody excited. It's so simple, really. You want to show this plan. You don't really want to go into too much detail, because you just want to make a person understand that he can do what it is that you do. Of course, as you grow in this business, you want to kind of get more, you want to get a better understanding really of how they put the compensation plan together and why you're getting paid what you get paid. So I'm going to clear up a bit of confusion here tonight. And then afterwards, we're going to do a short little Q&A. If that's okay with all of you. Okay, so please go and read that document. It means you're taking responsibility for your business. Okay, so just before we start, I've got this slide up. I've got this. Oh, hold on quickly. I think there we go. Okay, so this slide is in our it's in the opportunity when sometimes we show the slide, sometimes we don't show the slide. I just first want to explain to people where does the money actually come from? Because a lot of people ask, where does the money come from in this business? How are you getting paid? How does the company decide that you get paid X amount of the value of the product? So you must understand that in a traditional business model, in any traditional business model, it means when you buy something in the shop, 99% of everything in your house is probably bought from a traditional business where you've got the manufacturer manufactures the product, and eventually it ends up in a Pick n Pay or wherever, and that's where you bought the product from. So if you look at the bottom here, you'll see that any traditional product or business, the ratio there is more or less the same with most of them. You've got the manufacturer, imagine you've got Coca-Cola, they make a Coke. And you in the shop, in the retail shop, you purchase that Coke and you pay 100% of the product of the Coca-Cola. So you'll pay, for example, let's just say 10 Rand, but it only costs Coca-Cola 2 Rand to manufacture the Coke. And in between the manufacturer and you, in certain chains, you've got up to 27 different hands taking a slice of that 8 Rand that's left. So you've got wholesalers, groothandelaars, kleinhandelaars, marketing and advertising, distribution, insurance, inventory. I mean, you've got so many different hands until it actually arrives at the Pick n Pay. And when you buy that Coca-Cola, you actually cover the cost of all of that stuff. So that's a traditional business model. And from that 80%, about 60 to 80% sometimes of that 8 Rand that is left, that 8 Rand is spent on marketing and advertising. So we are not in the marketing and advertising business. We don't use traditional advertising and marketing because the best way of business is word of mouth. And if you follow the trends across the world, retail, traditional businesses have only grown with 2%. Direct distribution have gone up with 18%, meaning that companies that start businesses today follow the direct distribution route because of technology, because of online, because of ordering directly from the manufacturer. It gets sent to you, on your doorstep across the world. The business model with technology today has just started making so much more sense. Okay, so when you look at Manatech on the right-hand side, in our business model, so what happens is in direct distribution, you as the consumer still pay 100% of the fee of the product. You still pay 100%. You still pay, 10 Rand, but you order directly from the manufacturer, which is Manatech in Dallas, Texas. They ship it to you. So there's a small little shipping fee and a distribution fee. I mean, the couriers, they have to obviously get compensated to get the product to you. But most of that 8 Rand in the previous example is done away with. So in our in Manatech's in our situation, you still pay 100%, but of that 100%, 56% goes back into research and development, and to make sure that the company operates, and to make sure that Mission 5 Million operates, and to make sure that we have all those millions of dollars to put back into research and development. That's where the money comes from, to be able to bring the best products to the market. That's why a lot of network marketing companies has the best products in the world, because they have the money to actually back their products with science and certifications and patents and all of that stuff. So Coca-Cola doesn't have money to put back into research and development from that 10 Rand that you purchase from them. Or let's say any other supplement that you buy in the store, because it goes through that traditional way of selling. So the other 44% gets paid out to us, to the distributors, to the people that have made sure that Manatech has a turnover, and then in turn you have a turnover. So that's where the money comes from. Okay. So obviously with the compensation plan, we quickly going to go through this. And the reason I want to do this tonight is because the compensation plan has been adjusted, and it is super exciting. It's super exciting to see how much money we can make and how quickly. Because one of the things in this business is you want to start making money quickly. Some other network marketing companies, let me tell you, when you make 10,000 Rand a month, you are a superstar. There are companies out there, their compensation plans, and we won the best compensation plan among 6,000 companies 3 years in a row, which means when the Direct Selling Association, when they look at companies like ours, they look at a couple of things. They look at ethics, they look at compensation, they look at science, they look at disruptive technologies, they look at all those kind of things. And what they want to see is that how quickly can people see results? And our compensation plan has won 3 years in a row. We, by the way, 2 years ago, won the company with the greatest or the most ethical company among 6,000 companies in Canada. That is incredible, okay? So there's been little adjustments that they've made, and I'm going to explain to you why they made the adjustments. So obviously when you start, you pay your 710 Rand. It's 10 Rand because the delivery fee went up a little bit, okay? But where in the past, how the loyalty points used to work, when you start ordering Manatech products, you can only get loyalty points when you're on an automatic order. Now, I assume all of you are on an automatic order, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So your automatic order, it used to start at a sliding scale of 10%. Okay, so you'll start with 10% for 3 months, then 15%, and then after 6 months, 20%. That's 20% of your total purchase. So what they've done with the loyalty points is you start off with 20% immediately, your customers as well. So your customers, when you sell somebody a product or somebody purchases a product from Manatech, you can already tell them that every single month you're getting 20% discount. Every single month, which builds up in loyalty points. And obviously after the 6th month, the 3rd month, after the 3rd month has passed, you can redeem it back in product. So 20% of your purchase, that's such a gift that we have. You know, we've got people, I spoke to a friend of ours yesterday, he's got 8,000 Rands worth of loyalty points, you know, that he's going to start redeeming, which is incredible. So that's the loyalty points. It used to be 10, 15, 20. Now it's only 20. Okay. The second change that they've made is the first order bonus. So the first order bonus always used to be 25%. So you get 25% of your first purchase of a customer buying something from you. Okay. Now, what I want you to remember, it's 25. It used to be 25%, now 20% of the value of the product. It doesn't include the VAT and the shipping. So you can now imagine, obviously there's shipping that's included all the way from Dallas, Texas to South Africa. There's VAT included. So you don't get your 20%, which is now 20%, with that total amount. You get it off the value of the product. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want to make clear with you guys tonight. So one of the reasons why they dropped the 25% to 20% is because Manatech, they're exceptionally ethical. And what they want to, the first thing they want to try and prevent is something that they call gaming. Now, gaming is when, it's a term that they use in our business when somebody tries to kind of take shortcuts in this business. So what people used to do is, a person, a customer might have had a 400 PPV order. Then what associates do is they enroll 4 customers of 100 PV each to get the power, to get the first order bonus. So instead of getting the 1 bonus, they get 4 first order bonuses. Or what they do is they will have the entire family, okay, and instead of having 1 order, they'll have 5 customers. Okay, they'll have 5 customers, but it's actually for 1 family. It's actually 1 order, but they split it up into 4 or 5. That's what people used to do. So, I mean, even with the incentive trips, going on the incentive trips, what people used to do is they used to enroll false customers. So they make up a customer. It's some weird dude living somewhere with a false ID number, a false email address, a false this. Meanwhile, it's their product or it's somebody else's product, that they're purchasing, but they're creating a false name or a false identity, so that first of all they can get the first order bonus, and second of all they can get the loyalty points or the incentive points. Now what happens then is that the first thing that happens is that the data that Manatech then acquires is not true data. They can't say that they've got, for example, 1 million true customers across the world, because they don't. They might only have 800,000 or 700,000. I'm just using figures here now, because some of those customers are bogus customers. The other thing, what it does is it hurts your pocket from earning money from your downline, because Manatech has a certain ratio, a certain percentage that they can pay out every single month to all the associates across the world. They can't pay more than that. They can't. It's just impossible. It's a certain percentage of that amount which they can pay to people. Now, if everybody chases first order bonuses, you might make first order bonuses, but you're stealing money from downline PV. You are robbing the entire business from getting more money from their downline, because Manatech has a limited amount of a certain percentage of what they can pay out to their associates. So if everybody is almost I'm going to use the word BSing the system, and first order bonuses gets paid out, we're going to make less money on our downline and we're losing money. So that's the reason why they've taken the first order down to 20%, which is an incredible thing. I'm glad for that, because people have just been, people haven't been ethical. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. So this is the first order bonus. You all understand the first order bonus. Whether an associate buys, whether you sign up an associate and he buys products, or a customer buys from you and he buys products, you will receive 20% of the commissionable volume. In other words, the volume of the PV, the amount of PV that is commissionable. It means it's less. You don't pay for the VAT. You don't get, on the VAT and on the shipping, of course. Okay, so that's the first order bonus. Then let me just see here. I don't need this slide. Okay, let's get quickly to this slide. So you'll see there. So what they've done is nobody in Manatech can earn money unless you have a minimum of 150 ppv, personal point volume. If you've got less than 150 ppv, you can't earn any money from Manatech. Now your own customers in your circle, imagine that's your shop. We all recommend to people that you use your own products. Okay. Now your ppv is your own order plus your customers' orders. Okay. Now, you don't have to have an order. If you say to me, listen, you're not using the product, okay? And you don't have to have your own order on your associate number. But if you've got a customer that is ordering, let's say 150 PVs worth of product, then your PPV is 150 and you'll qualify for commissions. I hope you all understand that. So if you only have 50 PV on your associate number and you only use a Manabé, for example, you're going to have to get a customer of another 100 PV in order for you to earn income. Why? Because you can't earn income without doing anything. People say, why can't I earn income? Well, have you got a customer? No. Okay. Well, you need a customer to make money. This business works on the sales of products. You can't expect to earn money if you're not doing anything. And nothing in the world works like that. So you want to have customers, and that's why we always say, get to 500, actually get to 2,000 ppv. That's a couple of customers that you need to get as quickly as you can, because once you're at 2,000 ppv, you get a great power seller bonus, which I'm going to talk to you now, and you're never going to have to worry about going less than 500. Okay, so in the past, what Manatech, one of the requirements was, in order for you to achieve the power seller bonus of 10%, was that you needed at least 2 active customers. That means it's a customer that's buying products. Okay, if you had one customer of, let's say, 200 or 300 ppv, you will not receive your power seller bonus because you needed at least 2. And in order for you to receive your the power seller bonus, the 15% power seller bonus, okay, the 15 you were supposed to have 5 active customers and over 500 ppv. Now what they've done is they said it doesn't matter how much ppv you, it doesn't matter about this, that requirement isn't there really anymore. All you need at the moment for you to qualify for a 20% or for your power seller bonus to kick in is 2 active customers. You don't need the 5 customers anymore at all. You only need 2 customers. Even when you qualify for your 500 ppv, your 15% over 500 ppv, you only need 2 customers. So you can have 2 customers of 250 Rand each. That's 500 ppv, and you qualify for 15% of your power seller bonus. So you don't need a minimum of 5 customers anymore to qualify for the 15% 500 ppv bonus. You don't need that. You can only have 2. And that's amazing. So the power seller bonus works like this. If you've got 200 ppv or more, or below 500 ppv, now remember, ppv equals your own product plus your customers. So it's not just only your customers, it's your own order on your associate number plus your customers. And you've got 200 ppv, you qualify for 10% turnover of what your business does. So let's just stick to the 500 ppv quickly. Let's say you've got 5 customers of 100 PV each. You over 500 ppv, you earn 15% of the total turnover that goes through your business. But remember now, you do not get paid 15% on the shipping and the VAT. That gets deducted. Now, we all want to be over 1,000 PPV because then you earn 20% of the turnover that goes through your circle. Now, you must remember that your power seller bonus will only kick in the following month because you don't receive the first order bonus and the power seller in the same month. So for example, if I sign up a customer of 1,000 Rand today, I will receive my 20% first order bonus. And then the next month, the power seller bonus on that amount will start running. Doesn't happen at the same time. That's why a lot of people get confused, or a lot of people will. What a lot of people often do is they sign up 3 or 4 customers in their first month. They get a great first order bonus. Their second month, they don't sign up a customer at all. They only get the power seller bonus, and then it drops a little bit. They go, but why did I make so much money in the first month and not the second month? You're earning from your power seller bonus, but you've got to go and see how much power seller bonus you are earning. Where's your PPV? So always make sure that your PPV is over 1,000. It's very healthy to have it over 2,000. There's people that have 10,000 PPV. There's people that have massive, massive, massive PPV. And I mean, the power seller bonus on that is just really incredible. So that's the second bonus. So you've got the first order bonus, which is the first one. So there's 6 ways, actually 7 ways on how you get paid in Manatech. There's 6 different ways on how you earn your commission. Some of these are called bonus income. Some of it is called leadership income. And then there's things like check match and infinity bonuses and things like that. Eventually, there's a 7th or 8th one, how you get paid. When you get to bronze presidential director, you earn a percentage of global turnover. And that goes up. When you go from bronze presidential to silver presidential to platinum presidential, you earn 1%, 1.5, 2% of global turnover. That's why it's incredible when people do Manatech, because whether a person's in your business or not, whether he's somewhere across the world building Manatech, when you get to bronze, you're going to earn some money off his paycheck. That's what is so amazing. Okay, so we've covered the first order bonus. We've covered the power seller bonus, right? You all okay with the power seller bonus? You only need 2 active customers before you start qualifying for a power seller bonus, and you wanna get it over 500 PPV. That's 15%, or 1,000. That's 20%. That's coming in every single month, as long as your PV is there. So people ask me, so when people cancel their products, will I still get paid? No. You know, well, it depends on your PPV. So if you had 500 PPV and you've got a customer of 100 PPV and he cancels and you've only got 400 PPV, well, then you fall between the 200 and 499 bracket. You know, it's very, very simple. A product has to sell in order for us to make more money. Okay. So the third form of income is called team bonuses. Right? It's so you've got first order bonus, power seller bonus, your team bonuses. Now, in order for you to qualify for your team bonus, you can't qualify for your team bonus if you don't have over 500 PPV. So even if you've enrolled 2, 4, 6 associates, people that you have enrolled, whether they're in the A leg or the B leg, it doesn't matter. You can enroll all of them in the A leg and you qualify for those team bonuses. You can enroll one in the A leg, B leg, but you talk obviously to your enroller when you start enrolling where. But it doesn't matter where you place them, as long as you're the enroller. So, but you have to have 500 PPV in order to qualify for your team bonuses. So team bonuses are incredible. And this is what we duplicate in this business. What we duplicate in this business is literally take care of your circle. In other words, get over 500 PPV. Now you sign somebody else up and all you do is you teach him to do the same thing. And you teach him to also sign somebody up and teach him. That's what we duplicate. It's as simple as that. People make this business so complicated and they get so into thinking and kind of, instead of just going out doing the basic things and get going. So the team 2 bonus is 1,000 Rand. So once you've enrolled, you were the enroller, 2 people, and you've helped them to get over 500 PPV each, you receive a team 2 bonus. That's very simple. Same with a team 4. Now this model right here, this is what we duplicate in this business. You want to duplicate 500 PPV myself, team 2, team 4. You want to teach each of those 4 people how to do exactly the same. That's the model that that we're duplicating in this business. Now, your team 4 bonus, as I said before, it doesn't matter where you signed them in, doesn't matter. You're going to get 1,500 every single month. Every month that they've over 500 PPV, you're going to receive those bonuses. Then once it goes to team 6, team 8, team 10, team 12, team 14, it's 2,000 Rand a shot. So you can understand, if you continue signing people up, you continue helping people, you raise up your leaders, you plug them into the system, there's excitement in the team, they all get going, really people are bubbling inside and they want to get this thing going, how your team 2 and team 4, how your team bonuses are going to grow. That's super cool. So this is quite simple and quite clear. We've talked about 3 bonuses so far. So we've spoken about the first order bonus, the power seller bonus, and the team bonuses. Okay, so now what I want to make clear to you is that any associate, you qualify for all 3 of these bonuses. Okay, even if you only have your A leg yet, you don't have an active B leg, you can qualify for all 3 of those bonuses and you can make a lot of good money. Okay, but leadership income is something different. Leadership income is not bonus. Now we call it bonus because it's simple to make that money. It's active income. And it's passive as well. It's residual as well. But leadership income is something else. Leadership income is where the big money really lies. The big, solid, continuous business. When you grow your business on leadership and you do what you're supposed to do, this is where it gets very, very exciting. So leadership income, you can only start earning, or you qualify, that's the right word. You qualify for leadership income when you have 2 active legs. Okay, so you've got an A leg. You qualify when you start your second leg. Now your B leg, okay, an active leg. What is an active leg? An active leg is a leg which has obviously an associates in, but that has at least 100 PV on automatic order going through that leg. I mean, going through you. So it's you've got your A leg going down here and you've got a bunch of associates and they have some PV underneath them and it all counts for you. A B leg is an associate with at least 100-point volume on automatic order. Now, the reason why you don't start your B leg immediately with an associate that wants to build business is because the B leg is your responsibility. The A leg, when people are signed up in the A leg, that you learn, once you start this business, the A leg is what we call the apprentice leg. Now we call it that because you are learning. That's the first step of leadership. You're learning about how the leg operates. You've got the support of the upline. The upline maybe have signed somebody up underneath you. You maybe have signed somebody up there, but it's exciting because you've got this whole leg up there that supports and helps and, makes you understand what unity looks like in the leg, makes you understand what leadership looks like, what focus looks like, what momentum looks like. How do you draw a leg? How do you make somebody core? Because, you've signed somebody up in the A leg. Maybe you've just started, you've signed somebody up. You don't know how to show that person the plan. You don't know how to set up his house meetings for him. You don't know how to do first step training and all of that stuff. And that's why the upline is there, to help you and teach you, to take this person with you by the hand and get him going. And the reason the upline teaches you is so that you can learn how to do it by yourself. Once you've taken ownership, you're always going to work with your upline. But the reason the upline is sewing into you is so that you can take the baton and run as well. He's handing you the baton. So what you learn in the A leg, you have to apply in the B leg. And in the B leg, you champion that B leg. In other words, if you sign somebody up in your B leg, you have to teach him the compensation plan. You've got to set up his house meetings. You've got to help him with his prospects. You've got to do that because nobody else, the upline's not going to do that. You have to do that. And that's why a lot of times people just sign somebody up in the B leg because they want to start making leadership income. But that person is looking to you for leadership. And if you don't know how to lead him and guide him, and no, you don't have to be perfect to do it at all. You don't have to be an expert by that time at all. But you need to know some of the basic things to do that. And the leadership at the top needs to know that you're serious about this business, because if you sign somebody up in the B leg and you're not serious about this business, you are messing with that person's dream. Because when you sign somebody up, it's always, what is the best for that person? What's the best for that person? If you know for a fact you're not so serious about managing, don't sign somebody up in the B League. Sign them up in the A League, because if you quit and if you stop, and many people quit, let me tell you, you might be here tonight, you might not be here next week. That's what people do. But at least then in that leg, he has support, because the upline is still working on that leg, and his one leg is growing, and you're building a pipeline of income and PV under that person, and you're setting him up for success. So what we suggest people do is, obviously a lot of people have children. You want to set your children up correctly in this business. You want to set them up for success. So you want to open up a B leg with your child in that B leg and get 100 PV or a customer in their associate number. Because now you're going to eventually build under that B leg, and that B leg is going to become somebody else's A leg, right? A champion, somebody that's going to work and graft and everything. And this leg is going to run, and you are building a massive legacy for your children. So one day when your children are 18 years old, you show them, listen, let me just show you how to put a little tap. Let me just show you how to build your B leg, and you can make a lot of money. Okay. Hold on quickly. My battery's dying. So often we've got people that have a lot of PPV. They've got DPV underneath them in their A leg, and they want to go director. They might not be ready to lead their second legs, but then we sign up a non-building business builder in the B leg, and we make sure that there's 100-point volume going through it. Because as long as you've got that active B leg, you can go all the way to silver executive director like that. Now, I'm just saying you can. That's not how we're going to do this, probably not. But when a person is ready to start their B leg, when they have signed up 2 or 3 associates, they've got their pot full. They've got 500 or more PPV, because you can't start a B leg if you don't have customers. If you've never had customers, how are you going to show that person how to build a business and get customers if you don't have customers? Okay. So you sign up your first 2 associates in your A leg, and you help those people to fill their pots with 500 PPV, 500 PPV. And, we can very easily see the upline knows exactly who are the guys that are truly focused, working, committed, helping people, getting people going. And it's very easy when you work with somebody to see, look at this guy, let him start the B leg, because he's not going to quit tomorrow. He's not going to, and you don't have to be an expert to start the B leg. It's an attitude thing. It's about taking ownership of your business, knowing for a fact that when you start your B leg, you're going to be there for your team. You still won't probably know how to show it, do a house meeting or whatever and stuff, but the upline will be there to support you and help you. But nobody's going to sign somebody up in your B leg. Now, support, I want you guys to understand what support means. Support means that the upline will help you in the Manatech system. If you don't know what to do and you haven't read this book, he's going to say to you, read that book, listen to that CD. Have you made your notes? Have you contacted and invited? Well, I don't know how to contact and invite. Okay, listen to this audio, listen to the CD. Now apply. Now, the people that apply and take action and do what they need to do, the upline will be there to help them. People that don't take action, the upline's not going to be there to help you, because you have to bring your part. You want to work where you celebrate it and not tolerate it. So the upline will even help you to get home meetings started, but nobody's going to sign somebody up in your B leg unless it's only you and the people in your B leg that you're going to champion. Okay, so I hope that makes it a little bit clearer. I know it's going to make sense to a whole lot of people. It might not make sense at the moment, but so in the beginning, when you start, there's a plan how we want to do this thing. You didn't start Manatech to quit. You started Manatech to get to a place of freedom. So it's about being teachable and listening to the upline. The upline really knows better, because he made some mistakes and he doesn't want you to step into those same mistakes. So you get your customers first. Take care of your pod. Take care of your circle, your 500 PPV. Learn, be core, non-negotiable, be on the webinars, listen to your toms, learn the plan, prospect, do all those things, kind of learn, get your few people going, and then the upline will say, listen, right, let's start with your B leg. Let's start building in your B leg. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about the 60-40 split. There has to be 60% of your PV going down the one leg and 40% of your PV going down the other leg in order to achieve leadership ranking. In other words, a director is 1,500 DPV. Okay. But that means 900, that's 60%, PV has to go into your A leg, and 600 PV has to go down in your B leg. It has to be 60-40, a 60-40 split in order to receive leadership income. That's why this business is not pyramidal. It is the person that works the hardest that makes the most money. Because you can be right at the top and maybe not even have started the second leg, but somebody below you could have started the second leg and a third leg eventually, and everything makes so much more money than you, but you above them. So it's all about the structure, which when you start coaching and counseling and you speak to your upline and stuff, they will explain to you exactly how that works. But what the system does is you can achieve leadership ranking only with 100 PV. Even if you're not ready to start your second leg yet, but you've got a second leg, which is a B leg, which you've got 100 point volume automatic order in that B leg. What the system does is, if you've got 500 PPV of customers in your A leg, and in your B leg, you've only got 100 PV, what the system does is it takes the PPV from your products, from your customers, from your associates. So you've got 500, you've got 100 in your B leg. So what the system does is it counts them together and say you've got 600. That means you've got, and it counts it and calculates it and puts that entire 600 in your B leg. Okay, it might sound a bit technical here, but that means you've got 600, and if you've got 900 down here, you are director. That's why you often hit director only with a B leg of 100 PV on automatic order, and you can get silver director, gold director. You can get there only with your active B leg on 100 point volume. But I know this is quite technical. I didn't want to actually get into that. It's actually quite very simple. So speak to your upline, ED, gold ED, silver ED, let them explain it to you, draw it out for you, and eventually it will start making sense. Okay, so on a director's level, when we get to this level, when you've got 1,500 DPV is your PPV and the PV in your downline. So DPV is everything. It is your customers, your PPV, and everything in your downline. That's DPV. Okay, downline point volume, but it includes your PPV, personal point volume. That's your order with your customers. So at a director's level, once you've qualified for being a director, whichever way, with your 500 and your 100, or you might only have 3 or 4 customers, but you've got a great B leg and a great A leg, whichever way. The reason it's 750 to 3,000 is because usually it starts at about 750 Rand. Okay. Now, the reason we say more or less is because you're not going to have exactly 1,500 DPV. You're going to maybe have 1,600 or 1,800. You may be going to have, you might have, there might be a structure thing because you've got a very long A leg and a very small B leg, So it starts more or less at 750 and it ends at 3,000. But remember, in this equation, this includes silver director and gold director. Okay, so if we carry on to the next slide, you'll see there's director. It's 750 to 3,000, and in between the 750 and 3,000 is silver director and gold director. And once you get to 3,000, okay, that would probably be the start of an ED at 3,000. This is only leadership income. This is over and above, your first order bonuses and all of those things. So you can make a lot of money with those the first 3 examples of earning income. Okay. And then obviously executive director, and in between the 3,000 and the 10,000 is obviously silver executive director. Okay. And then eventually there's quite a jump usually from silver ED to gold ED, which is 15,000 to 20,000. And then again, quite a jump. These are the minimums. I know of a silver ED, I know of a silver ED that have made 15,000 Rand a month, because of their structure and because of, their team bonuses. I mean, you can be silver ED and not have 1 team 2, team 4, team 6 bonus or those team bonuses. So you want to build this business. You want to get all those bonuses in the beginning as well. And then you want to have the leadership bonuses on top. So you'll see always when we do the compensation plan, usually when we get to this slide at the bottom here, now a director has got 15 customers, you're feeding 15 people on mission 5 million, the income is 750 to 3,000. Now, of course, the easiest way for anybody to explain this is to explain to somebody what you want to do now is you want to get the people in your team, the 4 guys or 5 guys, whatever in your team that's really willing to work, and you help them get to director. Now think about it. If you get 4 people to director underneath you, you will be at executive director. That's 6,000 DPV. Sometimes it doesn't work that way because sometimes you're going to have a lot of associates underneath you with a little bit of PV in each one of them, and you're going to make up 6,000 PV. You might have one director, somebody that have actually achieved directorship, but you've got 6,000 PV underneath you. And that also, it should make sense to make sense to everybody. That's why this leadership, why we always say is that PV is not a true indicator of how healthy your business is. You could have 6,000 PV or DPV in your business. That doesn't mean that it's a stable ED, because a stable ED is an executive director that has at least 4 directors, that people that are core, people that are plugged into the system, they read their TOMs, they on the Lead Team app, they're on the webinars and everything, because there's once you get to executive director, the upline will start coaching you on a monthly basis. We call it counseling, and you'll counsel with a presidential director or above. Okay, you'll counsel with a PD, and which means there's a bird eye view on your business. They look at your tree view. They look at your vital signs and your structure and all of those things. So we usually it's an average, which is very accurate in this business. You want, for every 1,000 PV or DPV in your business, you want one person that is absolutely core, which means that person listens to his TOMs, he reads his book every month, non-negotiable. He's on the webinars on a Monday night, he's on monthly training, he's at the opportunity meetings, he goes to super regionals, and he talks to his upline at least 3-4 times a week. Okay, so that's somebody that's really core. That's a person whose business is going to grow because he's doing what he's supposed to do. Because every person that is core equals about 1,000 PV in your business. So if you want to know how to get to executive director, make sure that you've got 6 people in your team that are core, that's on the Lead Team app, that have put in their opportunity meetings, they've attended the monthly training, they've read the book, they've listened to the audios. 6 people. Once you have 6 people as an executive director, that's core, you will have a stable executive director business because there's 6 people taking ownership each of 1,000 PV, more or less. Because you've got, let's say, a director that's solid, he's core, he's got his customers, he does customer service, he makes sure that everything's okay, he works with his associates, he's there to take ownership of the business. You could have an ED business of 6,000 DPV, and you might not have one single leader there. Not one. So now you've got an associate here with maybe 2 customers and 3 customers and 2 customers, and eventually some of those people quit, but you still have the customer using products. Eventually that PV is going to fall away. That's why it's super important for an executive director to really understand the importance of training the people correctly on first steps, customer service, making sure that their people, if an associate quits and there's a few customers there, but he doesn't do customer service, you make sure that somebody gets to those customers and does customer service. That's how you keep the customers. Okay. And if this is done correctly, eventually you're only going to work one day with a couple of very strong leaders in your team, because they will again work with a few very strong leaders, and they will again work with a very few strong leaders. So if you do it correctly, and that's kind of what I wanted to cover. What I want to say to you guys, which is super exciting. Okay. When people start Manatech, I was also like that. I thought to myself, oh, geez, how long am I going to take until I get to presidential? It's such a far stretch. Not even to think about bronze and silver presidential, but how long is it going to be when I get to presidential? And, it's in the beginning when you start to think, maybe that I can do it and I can't, or maybe whatever. Don't think like that. It's going to drive you crazy. It happens with everybody. You want to start at the basic steps, and you want to know, what is the next step? What is the next pin level I can achieve? That's it. I promise you, you're going to achieve director I gave myself 3 years to get to director, and we managed to do it in 17 months. And we grafted. You know, this thing, it doesn't come easy. Nothing in life comes easy that's worthwhile. But all I did was I did what the leaders told me to do in this business. And who is a leader in Manatech? A leader in Manatech is somebody that has taken ownership of their business. They have the fruits on the tree. I used to look at the people and say, I want what that person has. I want what that person has. And I used to duplicate what they tell me. Now, what is it that you need to duplicate? You don't need to duplicate me. You don't need to duplicate Sebastian. You don't need to duplicate Vince. You need to duplicate the system. You are not the key in this business. The system is the key. The system is the magic. You want to plug into the system. You want to use the system in order to build your business. You don't have to be the expert. I mean, you are not Dr. Steve Nugent. I'm not Dr. Steve Nugent. But I have Dr. Steve Nugent on my app. I've got third-party tools. I've got audios. I've got CDs. I've got so much things. So if people ask me info, I'll just send him Dr. Steve Nugent. Let the expert speak to you. That's how you build this business. You want to get yourself out of the way and learn as much as you can about the system and plug people into the system. Let me tell you how exciting this is. Manatech has grown. Manatech is viewed across the world as the goose that's laying the golden eggs. There are people involved in network marketing companies that wish they started with Manatech, but they know that they can't do it now. They can't leave and drop their teams. Across the world, the study of glyconutrition is becoming so important that people are starting to realize how important this is, that this technology is absolutely disruptive. Do you know that we ran out of Manopol? There was a stage in the world that the world ran out of Manopol until Manatech made an agreement with Costa Rica to grow aloes in their volcanic soil only for Manatech. Okay, the world is so in need of our products, and once you truly start understanding the power of what it is that we have in our hands, we can change the world. This business isn't difficult. We make it difficult. Manatech isn't difficult. We make it difficult. Think about it. Manatech it's the most simplest business in the world. We all have the same products. Everything has been done on the products. All the science has been done. The distribution is there. There's no financial, risk that we take. You can make as much money as you can. There's people that will help you all the time. There's, anybody can read a book. Anybody can give out an audio. Anybody can listen to the toms. Anybody can. There's so much help. If you just put up your hand and say, listen, what must I do? Somebody's going to tell you, listen, do this and do this and do this. It's so simple. What is difficult is us. It's difficult for us to change our habits. It's difficult for us to do the easy things, because the easy things to do is easy not to do. And the reason why it's easy not to do is because there's no consequence if you don't do it. You're not going to lose your house because you've invested 500,000 Rand in a business that's not working. So what's going to happen to you? You are, however, going to lose the life that you thought that you might have had if you work this business. So Manatech isn't hard. This business isn't hard. We should become more willing to change. We should humble ourselves more. We should learn more. We should become more teachable, not try and do it our own way. Sit at your leader's feet. Sit at the people that coach you. Learn as much as you can. Ask, which book must I read? Which CD must I listen to? Okay, I've done this. What is my next step? Come, help me. Phone your people. Say, listen, you said you're going to help me. Let's set up a house meeting. Set up I've got 10 or 15 of my friends. I've got 20 of my friends together. Let's do this. You've got to take the initiative. You've got to reach out. It's your business. Nobody's going to come running to you and say, I want you to work because you've got to do this and I'm going to do this for you. No, nobody's going to do that, because if you're not going to work, the next person is. This is a voluntary army. You came into this business voluntary, and you're going to build this voluntary, because it's not my dream that you're building. You are building your dream. You're building your business, and we want to help and support as many people as we can in our business. We've got extraordinary leaders, and we've had people in this business that have created massive success. And if they can do it, you can do it. It's as simple as that. So what I want you guys to do is please go read the document. The infinity bonus is another bonus, which is incredible. Once you get to a certain place in the business, you get paid a percentage infinity. As far as that leg goes down, you get paid infinity bonuses. So there's just no better way than building this business. The world is in chaos. The wellness world. I mean, everybody's thinking about their wellness and their health at the moment. Across the world, there's no better time to build this business, to get our products out there to people and to present them with this opportunity. And let me tell you, if you are scared talking to somebody about this opportunity, you consider your ego to be more important than helping that people, because you care more about what they're going to think about you than you serving and helping that person. And I want you to think about that tonight. If you're scared and you wonder, should I go talk to this person? Must I invite people? No, I'm not. You care too much about what people think about you. So you value your ego more than serving and helping and getting out there and helping people with their finances, helping people with their dreams. Did you know that in the 2008 property crash, when the market crashed, 60% of all the properties that were confiscated, if those families, of 60% of them, could only have 2,000 Rand a month extra, they could have saved their homes. 2,000 Rand a month extra, they could have saved their homes, but they didn't know because nobody, we didn't get to them. Nobody went to them and said, listen, do this and you can earn 2,000, 5,000, 50, 100, 200,000 Rand a month. It's all up to you. You can do this. We didn't do it because, so I want you to think about it. People are, and there are people that you look at that you might think it's going well and it's not. There's entrepreneurs out there that makes millions of money. They want to make more money. That's the person you speak to about Manatech. The people that build the biggest businesses are the people that are already successful because they understand wealth principles, they understand discipline, they understand, the principles of creating wealth. They've got an abundant mindset. So really, if I had to say to you, I'm going to pay you 5,000 Rand for every plan that you show, to whoever, it doesn't matter whether he signs up or not. How many plans are you going to show tomorrow? How quickly are you going to learn this plan? And how many plans are you going to show? You're going to show 10 plans tomorrow. That's 50,000 Rand I'm going to pay you. So the problem really isn't you don't know who to speak to and what to do. The problem is just your motivation. What is your motivation? What is pushing you? What is driving you? Do you really believe in your dream? Do you really believe in that yacht that you're going to have, that holiday that you're going to have, that school that you're going to build, that church that you're going to build, that freedom that you're going to have with your children and with your family? Do you really believe in that, or do you not? Because if you don't really believe in it, I want to challenge you to go back and really get help. Read books on your why, on dreams. There's a great book, Simon Sinek. It starts with why. What is your why? What drives you? What are your values? What are your strengths? Help me see and believe that, help me be an entrepreneur. Help me see my vision. In this business, it's seeing before believing. It's believing before seeing. It's not seeing, it's believing first, having faith, having a vision, And if all of you can just see that, if you climb on the shoulders of people that really want to help you, that person will help you see what your life can be like in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's not a long time. It's not long. It's really quite simple. So I think let's just, what's the time right now? I'm going to open it up for a few questions and then we're going to log off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to participants. If anybody wants to ask a question, just raise your hand. There's a little hand that you can put and I'll answer the question. Anybody want to ask a question? I'm looking, there's nobody raising their hand. There's nobody, there we go. Didrich, ask to unmute. Yes, Rini. Hello, Rini.
Can you make words?
Yes, good.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that 20% is also only 2 customers.
Yeah. Yes. So even the 20% power seller bonus could also be 2 customers, but that means that's 500 PPV a customer. Because that only happens once you go over 1,000. But that's also only 2 customers.
Yes. Now I understand that, but I just wanted to know if that is what I understood.
Yeah. It's only 2 customers.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay, Rini.
Okay, bye.
Lekker van jou te hoor. Bye. Nobody else raising their hands. I'm going to count from 3. Okay, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to take a sip of my soup, and then I'm going to check again. If there's nobody, we're gonna log off. Geraldine makes the nicest soup. So please don't miss the webinar with Dr. Steve Nugent tonight. He's our lead scientist. He's incredible to listen to. This is the webinar you want to be on. Remember, on a Monday night, what's the most important thing to do on a Monday? Make sure your team is on the Platinum webinar. Lead Team app is fixed. Sign in on the Lead Team app. Make sure they've all got their Lead Team app. That's the most important thing you want to do on a Monday, especially tonight with Dr. Steve Nugent. Don't miss his webinar. Lie in your bed, have a cup of coffee, have him next to your ear, and just listen. Thank you, everybody. I hope that's super cool. Next week, Monday, we're going to talk about the role of the enroller. Have an incredible evening. Bye.